How often do you truly immerse yourself into your surroundings, into your community, into your creative passions? How do all of these things add up? How can one help the other? Well, sit back and let me explain with At the beginning of this year, I wanted to be healthier. Try do something that takes me out of the norm. So, I walked every morning from my house to the seafront to witness the sunrise in all of its glory. So calm, so tranquil, so beautiful. But yet, I was frustrated. I mean, I was happy, but I felt I needed to capture this moment, this place with all of its hidden treasures, all of its hidden, beautiful moments. So every time I walked down, I felt this sense of emptiness, this sense of resistance, like the walk wasn't worth doing if I didn't have, well, the camera. It got so bad, I wasn't enjoying the walk anymore. I needed to shoot this. I needed to let my creative outlet be free to roam the beauty of my surroundings. And that's what I did. I filmed it all so I could finally enjoy my walk. And I usually delay things. I'd have the idea to shoot a sunrise and put it off until January 2026. But with this, I did it practically the next day. I was so immersed into this landscape that I had to shoot it as quickly as possible to release myself out of this non-creative prison I'd put myself in. Actually, it pushed me further than I thought. This isn't the first time I've talked about this. What started as a simple walk ended up being a short film. It let me enjoy the walk. It forced me out of the house and into something creative. Who's that guy? The reason I'm repeating myself is that I'm not alone for my chat about this place or its creative nature. I've got people to help. So why do you want to take part in the film?
I think it's good to talk about mental health, first of all, and I want to say that I'm quite creative myself, and I like when people focus on the creative aspects in their life, because while everything is happening at a very fast pace, we forget to focus on what actually makes us happy.
I just thought it'd be a great idea to put St Anne's and creatives on the map, because St Anne's has been a very creative place for a long time, and people go, oh, I've been walking down here for so many years and I didn't even know that this existed. And this kind of like also gives urban a little bit more of a platform to kind of say, yeah, this is what goes on here, and it really is nice. You know, it's that kind of like outreach, isn't it? It's kind of like been the first for a lot of people. It's where I first did my gig. It's where I first got up on stage and did my poetry. It was my very first market that I did. It was the first time that I sold my products, and I feel that it has that, you know, it's given people, like I say, that platform.
Yeah, so I've always enjoyed the creative side of it. It's like painting your dreams in a way, so, and your thoughts, putting it down into different things. I like colour, so working with colour. You know, obviously the landscape influence in art and the natural patterns that are formed in landscapes.
No problem.
Why do you think it's important for creativity in your mental health?
People go through different things in their life, don't they? And creating something is an outlet. It's a distraction from what might feel like the issue.
Yeah.
So you go and you be creative and you don't think about anything else. Yeah, and even the singing side of it, you know, the music we were talking before, that's an outlet. It's a creative outlet, isn't it? So people have sung along with us, and then people, they bring their own energy and their fun and their laughter, sometimes their sadness, and hopefully we help a little bit over a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Great.
Why do you think it's important for your creativity and your mental health? Why do they both kind of go hand in hand? And especially from your experience of this, how has that helped you?
Yeah, I mean, it has helped me. This has come from something pretty traumatic. The way I looked at it personally, I was always a positive person, like Ralph, and I thought, well, Ralph wouldn't want me to change, and I'm not going to. So the organisation was set up in memory of my son, Ralph. Sadly, died 3 years ago. Ralph was a very creative, positive, happy person, and what we're trying to do is keep that legacy going. We're doing something, as the way I see it, we're doing it on behalf of Ralph, and we want to keep that smile. Smiles on faces is what we're all about. It's helped me a lot setting up Live Like Ralph, and to be honest, I've now met so many great people who are either volunteers for Live Like Ralph or involved in other charities, so it's been beneficial to my well-being actually doing it.
I love the early morning feel, before anything opens, before life wakes up. I feel privileged that I can be this watcher. Just for a few seconds, I can see someone set up for a busy day before anyone else.
St Anne's, it's just like I love getting up, going for that walk on the beach in the morning, you know, having that first breath of sea air. There's a magic around St Anne's, and there's so many pockets of it all over. I mean, you will have seen yourself by doing this video, but I love St Anne's for the smells. You know, you can smell the restaurants at night as you walk through the town. You can smell all the different restaurants, you know. You walk down, you can smell the ice cream, you can smell the sea, you know. It's kind of like, I love that, and it has that kind of nostalgia as well. My grandma used to bring us here all the time, and we'd always go to Fairhaven, we'd have the ice cream, we'd walk along the prom, you know, so it has that childhood memory connection.
I've lived here all my life.
Came to St Anne's 28 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great place to live. You know, it has got lovely parks, it's got the beach, obviously. Yeah, it's a good light.
You know, the light comes from the beach and comes right up into the square. It's so lovely.
I love the sounds as well, the sounds of the seagulls. My wife will tell you that. For me, it's the sound of freedom. You know, they're swirling around in the open skies, you know, able to go wherever they like.
I love to be here. I love to be in St Anne's, and feel really lucky to be able to create business here as well. Great.
Things can block your view. But it's temporary. You can take a photo. You don't need a reason. Take a photo of that flower, or that sky, or hey, even take a picture of that tree you like. Don't let your vision be blocked.
I think in today's age, we notice more frequently that I want to say that without creativity, we are going to get depressed.
Tap into that creative nature. It kind of releases us in some way from the pressures of life, you know, whether that be
People who paint,
and singing, drawing,
people who are comedians,
and script writing, whatever it is.
you have an entire variety of people who show that mental health can benefit from using your creative outlets.
My girlfriend at the time decided I needed a hobby, so she bought me some paints. 38 to taught myself to paint.
I noticed this around St. Anne's as well. Everyone who's struggling, if they find an outlet, it lets them focus on something else that takes away that negative energy they have in their body is absolutely great.
It's like a meditative process, painting. You go into a zone and you can relax, and like I say, you can paint your dreams, your thoughts, and whatever it turns out like, it's still an enjoyable process, and obviously being enjoyable then helps your mental health.
And that was about the poetry, where we had very different opinions of what had happened throughout the pandemic, which could have, you know, quite easily ended in an argument or a disagreement and people falling out. But because it's expressed through rhyme and it really comes from the heart, and you can feel people's experiences in how they deliver their performance.
when one idea turns into a second idea, which then leads to a third, then a fourth, then a fifth, and then you see something you weren't expecting. People. I was so wrapped up in showing the architecture of this town to fulfill my own creative purpose that I never thought to show people. If anything, these humans are the reason why this place is so great. They help clean the morning landscape so others will only see the beauty of their walk. A selfless act.
And we will be back right after this.
We're at Parkview for You in Lytham. We're here now. We've got a bit of an event going on today. You know, Ralph, when he was 8 years old, volunteered for Parkview for You and got involved in events to raise money to build a skate park. You can see the history is right there. Ralph's sister, Stephanie, works for a company called Ecclesiastical, have volunteered today to prepare the skate ramps and the walls of the skate park in preparation to give a canvas, if you like, for all the local artists to come in and do their art in the skate park. But first of all, a hard slog of scraping off the old paint and making it look good. And every credit to Ecclesiastical. Not only are they doing that work, but they've just given me a comedy cheque for £2,200. They've given us a very generous contribution, which is going to help towards the new skate park here ultimately, I would imagine.
This experience has led me to gain a better understanding of where I live. And by getting into my community, I've discovered so many creative people that have put it upon themselves to be there for other people by using their own experiences to help.
You have to be responsive to the community around you.
We give skateboards to kids who couldn't necessarily afford them and helmets and equipment. And we also give skate lessons to kids who can't necessarily afford them or who are young and really show an interest in getting into skateboarding.
Creating that community hub and that really nice sense of safety really more than anything. So being responsive to that is a big part of it, you know. So if they're saying we want jump night back and we want jazz and blues night and we want this, and we're going to do our best to fulfil that and work with the people.
Ralph, he was a musician, he was a drummer. We also help young musicians. So if there's teenagers who want to get a band together, we will help them with equipment.
If you explore your own communities, you'll be surprised at what you find. A place that can bring people together in a magical way. I love the building's outer look, the stories hidden around it, the sense of life that surrounds that building, the stories to be told in and out of its walls. Set on this, I made myself walk all the way down to capture the beauty of what it means to me. Why is it important to have those nice surroundings?
It's important for me, creating something that people feel welcomed. Almost everybody that steps through the door has said this is such a nice space, and you know, we're really pleased about that because environment means everything. If people feel relaxed and comfortable, then they're relaxed and comfortable, and you get to have more interactions, more customers. It's great.
So just being in a nice environment can make all that difference, and you know, it's kind of like really homely here. I think people kind of feel that they walk in and they just go, it's got a nice feel about it, I like it. It just relaxes you into the process of being open to being creative.
And my idea is obviously to make the world more beautiful. So that's what I'm trying to do. It's sort of, one more at a time, make the world more beautiful. And so that's why I've done them, so you can have them in your garden and outside as well, and create a calming or beautiful space around you.
We do have skate parks, so there's a lot of skate parks in a bad condition, and we invite young artists to come in, put quality murals or graffiti in the skate park to make it a safe and enjoyable environment.
Well, I think none of us can sit in a wide room and expect to come up with something. And I think humans tend to design their houses in a way that, makes them flourish. And it can be a plant, it can be a painting, it can be a quirky piece of decoration, it can be anything really, but it's something that tells a story.
Even if you don't go out into your surroundings, just walk, open your front door, take one step, then stop. Take in that fresh air. Just be surrounded by noises and scenery. That step seems small. To you, it's the biggest step you're going to take. Enjoy the beauty of your surroundings. Let that one creative outlet take live snapshots that stay. Just immerse yourself into an art form that takes you out of your comfort zone. Not letting the comfort consume us. Letting the adventure lead us to something unexpected. Challenge yourself to walk that extra mile to get that shot of whatever you want.
And I do think that without my creative outlets and me being creative, I wouldn't be able to be as happy as I am now. And I see that in loads of my friends, so I think it's important that we also acknowledge it and we speak about it as opposed to just hoping that there's creativity out there.
I'm interested in mental health as well. I think, your idea that creativity, affects your mental health, of course it does.
Oh, it's somebody tagged me, I think, when you popped something on Facebook, and I just thought there's your post and your desire to create something about community and share that with other people. I thought, let's meet.
Yeah, I wanted to take part in this film because, well, obviously you're a professional organisation, which is great. We get a lot of people taking photos and clips and all the rest of it. Everything about Live Like Ralph, we want to do quality, whether it's food or the merchandise that we do. Same applies to the media as well.
As long as you feel safe and you feel comfortable, you are more likely to engage in that self-expression.
I've done things before in the town to help town look nicer as well, because I think people wandering around, if they see nice pictures, brightens your day, doesn't it? To just encourage other artists as well to display their work.
I have to take that breath outside, because when I'm here and I see everybody enjoying themselves, and you can actually feel the love in the space, you can see it, you can see the vibrance coming out of people. I have to take a moment outside because I do get a tear, and it's overwhelming.
The people who've created things, the jewellery, yourself, some of the other people that have brought their creativity here, it just happened in the same way.
To have someone professionally film us and find out about Live Like Ralph, good news for us. We can use that to spread the word about Live Like Ralph, and your film is going to help us do that, which is great.
I'm really glad I said yes.
And it's nice too, when you do something like this, you're involving people who wouldn't normally think they can do that. It's not always about being good at something, it's about enjoying yourself when you do something.
Creativity is a tool, we're all creative.
Whatever you end up doing, love it.